Feelings are for women. You are a man. I'm saying this because I'm sick of hearing it in my own head. I'm sick of hearing that rhetoric in my own head of, I don't feel like doing this right now. I'm like, no, shut up. This needs to get done. Like, that's the thing, is so many men right now are just doing stuff because they feel like it. I feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing this. I do this because it feels good. And I'm sick of doing it myself. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. It's ridiculous. It's like, feelings are literally for women. Men are built to get things done and to sacrifice. That's what we're built for. That's where we find fulfillment. That's where we're happiest. And so I catch myself in these times where it's just, it's that I don't feel like doing this right now. Then I go, great. So that means that I need to do this right now. So I think this is a message that, I guess at this point it's kind of like a self-journal for me, a video journal for myself, but I'm publishing it because I know that there are so many other young men out there that need to hear it and need to think this through and need to have someone else saying it potentially. Because no, you're not crazy. I try to take a break and I try to take a little bit of rest and I try to enjoy and just be like, I need to give my body a break. And then guess what? I feel terrible. And then I feel guilty about it. And then I end up half working because I feel guilty. And then I don't rest because I'm half working and I'm not working and I'm not resting. I'm half-assing two things. One of the best quotes from Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. If you ever watched that growing up, he's a manly man who hunts and has a big mustache and eats meat. And he was like, never half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing. That's exactly what it needs. You need to do that in your resting. You need to do that in your time with God. You need to do that in your time that you are working. You have to be fully focused, dedicated, whole-assing one thing. I'm tired because I do this. I know that my body needs to rest, but then I feel guilty for not working. So then I'm kind of just taking it easy and kind of working at the same time. And then I don't rest and I don't get good quality of work done. I just need to pick something and do that one thing and just make that decision and stick with it. So I think where that confusion comes in and where we're half-assing two things is because we're getting into our feelings as men. I think feelings can be dangerous as a man. I really do. Like, there's a time and a place for emotions. You shouldn't be emotionless. I've been that before. I've been there before. I've been that person before where I've just turned off the emotions in my head. And that was also at the time when I was trying to starting to take some ashwagandha because there was like some health benefit stuff with it, and I was starting to take that. But it was also at a time where I had mentally turned off my emotions, and so that was bad because I was just non-existent at all. It was just I felt like a floorboard. But the point is that emotions are fine as a man. That's important. You should feel emotions. If you don't feel anything, then that's a problem. And as men, we can do that. We, at least me, I have that ability to just kind of turn my emotions off and just kind of go numb and just, be mission focused and get the stuff done that needs to get done. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that as well. So we have that capability, and that's incredible. And God blessed us with that so we can get things done and not worry about how we feel so we can get the mission done that needs to get done. But the problem is when we get into feelings. Emotions are fine. But when we get into the feelings, because emotion is typically how I'm seeing it, right? Or how I'm thinking about it right now is like, an emotion is like, I love this person, so I want to help them and take care of them. And that's great. That's a great emotion. You probably have felt angry, potentially vengeful after some of the recent events. I know I have as well. And that can be dangerous. They can be dangerous. But emotions are there for a reason. Emotions aren't bad. Jesus flipped tables because of the crazy shenanigans that was going on in the religious temple. He said this is supposed to be a house of worship. You are supposed to worship God here, and it's supposed to be focused on God. But you have turned it into a den of thieves, a den of robbers. And a den of thieves is where the people would, the robbers, the thieves, would come together and plot and talk about the things that they did and the things that they stole and the people that they ripped off. It was like where they would come together. And so he was calling them thieves and robbers because of what they were doing. And it wasn't because they were, if you make a business off of helping people, that's not the issue. The issue was that they were overcharging and upcharging these people and screwing them over. That was the issue. And not even that in and of itself, not great, but also they were doing that in the house, in the temple of God, where God was supposed to be worshipped. And they were hiding behind their man-made religion. That was the issue. So where was I going with that? Emotions aren't bad. Jesus was fully human. He felt righteous anger. It was premeditated even. It's the Bible says that he fashioned a whip of cords and took it with him to the temple. He knew what he was going to do. It wasn't just an outburst of anger. It was premeditated. He knew he was going there to do that. So, emotions are fine. That's part of the human existence. That's part of being a human being. You're going to have emotions. But it's when you get into the feelings of, hey, this needs to get done. I'm sad right now, but this needs to get done. That's our superpower as a man. Our absolute superpower. Because we have the ability to disregard our feelings so the mission can be accomplished. But if we get stuck in our feelings, then the mission is not going to get accomplished. So, I guess that's my spiel. Something that I've been thinking about a lot. Just when I get in that, I don't feel like doing this right now. It doesn't matter. You're not a woman, you're a man. It doesn't matter how you feel, this needs to get done. And that's what I tell to myself. It's what I say to myself. So, you can take that advice too, or you can be a woman. So, up to you. But just some things I've been thinking about recently and thought I would share. Emotions aren't bad. Feelings can be bad as a man. And I think they are bad. And God created you to be able to get things done and be mission focused because you are a man and not a woman. So, we'll see you on the next one.